This is an introduction to the rationale for my technology integration plan and a little bit of an explanation about how I used the technology integration matrix, the TIM, as a guide for planning my activities. So the technology integration matrix focuses on 5 interdependent characteristics of meaningful learning environments. These include active, collaborative, constructive, authentic, and goal-directed. And this is from the Florida Center for Instructional Technology. I planned my learning activities and experiences to fit in with the technology integration matrix as follows. The pre-reading activity, for including ArcGIS mapping of data, is authentic transformation. This activity will have students engaged in using geographic information systems to map real-world data sets. So this is an authentic learning environment because they're actually mapping data from the Washington Post as well as the US Census. Their task requires them to use a new technology tool to analyze data. They will be using their critical thinking skills, and they will be creating a visual map that wouldn't be possible without the use of technology. So this is an authentic activity, and it is at the transformation level. I have 3 reading tools available for my students, 3 digital reading tools. One is a PDF. So this is really mainly for convenience for my students. This is at the active entry level using the TIM. Information is passively received by the students, but technology is used to deliver curriculum content. The second reading tool is an ebook. This is a little bit higher on the matrix. It is the active adoption level. This is a second option for accessing the text. So some features of an ebook include text-to-speech, highlighting, glossary tools, and the ability to bookmark, which improves the student reading experience, but is still largely procedural use of technology. So this is active adoption. Then I have a third reading tool, which is audiobooks, which were recorded by another educator. And so using the technology integration matrix, this is using technology for active learning at the entry level. Students could choose to use the audiobooks in conjunction with the printed text or with the PDF. Technology is used to deliver content, but students are passively absorbing the story, even though the content is being delivered in a new and different way. The Padlet discussions that students will take part in online. So using an online discussion board with multiple means of responses is collaborative adaptation. It's a collaborative learning experience because students will be interacting with each other on the discussion board. And the technology is used to facilitate student discourse as well as collaborative analysis. There are varied response tools in the Padlet discussion board. So students will be learning to post responses with different mechanisms, not just using text, but also using images, GIFs, voice recordings, files, and other submission tools. It's more accessible and more equitable than a classroom discussion because students that are slower to process, as well as students with lower academic confidence and students with lower reading and writing skills can all communicate, and it sort of levels the playing field for participation. Next, students will be completing a dialectical journal as they read. This is going to be done digitally in Google Docs, and this is a constructive adaptation. Using a digital document is a constructive adaptation because students will build knowledge about the text by responding to guided questions about text evidence. It also does allow for collaboration, but that's not the main purpose of the document, and also allows students to receive real-time feedback from me as they are working on their dialectical journals. This also allows me to scaffold for individual student needs. I can include things like word banks, sentence starters, image cues, and leveled questions for students as they are completing their documents. We have Socratic reading quizzes. This is an active adaptation. Using Socratic to deliver the reading quizzes is at the adaptation level because it is a similar activity to a standard paper-based reading quiz. But it has some upgrades such as video prompts and leveled questions to meet the needs of learners that are at different levels. It is at the adaptation level because there's student choice and response format, and the use of this tool will allow for immediate and detailed feedback to students, facilitating their learning by providing tasks for reteaching and reassessment if necessary. Finally, the summative website design assessment is an authentic transformation. So having students create an original website provides an authentic learning experience involving student choice, collaboration, research skills, persuasive and argumentative writing skills, as well as gives them opportunities to include art, graphic design, and even create videos for their websites. So this is a transformational use of technology because it's providing students with a choice of tools to create a product that really would not be possible without the use of technology. And students will be creating a website that has to do with a social justice issue in the real world. So it is an authentic use of technology.